There has been a Clayton Oliver update. Let's talk about it. So over the last 24 hours or so, we know that Justin Leppich and maybe some other Collingwood personnel are flying up to Sydney. So within the next 48 hours or so, or maybe about 24 hours now, to meet with Clayton Oliver. We also know that Clayton Oliver has toured the Giants' facilities, and it's looking like he will nominate the Giants as his preferred destination for 2026. So we've had two interesting reports regarding this. The first one comes from Mitch Cleary on the Agenda Setters, where he said this.
He's met with the Giants on a boat, and today toured the Giants facilities, had a kick around on the club oval, and also met with some senior officials. He's set to meet with Collingwood in the next 48 hours, but the Giants' interest is much more advanced. In fact, he's met with them twice. I think Clayton likes the idea of living in Sydney, getting outside the Melbourne bubble.
And the second report comes from Tom Morris, where Tom Morris reported this on Channel 9.
So Clayton Oliver will consider Collingwood's pitch still. He'll do that. But he toured GWS today, and he's heavily favoured to nominate them in the coming days with a trade. Now, what I can tell you tonight is Oliver even spoke to a star Giant on the weekend, revealing he intends to play for GWS in 2026.
Now, if he's telling senior GWS players that he's going to prefer to play for the Giants, I don't know, you can pretty much lock and load it from there, unless Collingwood and Justin Leppich gives him a pitch that will just blow him away. It's looking likely that he will pick the Giants as his preferred destination. Now, I know there's been a lot of people in the comments on both YouTube and on my Instagram and Facebook not wanting Clayton Oliver just for the cultural aspect and stuff like that. And if he'd be a good fit culturally, I understand that. I get that. It was funny when he got door stopped or van stopped by the Channel 7 news team. He did say this.
You're also meeting the Pies sometime up here. What do you like about them?
What I like about them? Like them better than Melbourne, that's for sure.
I guess how frustrating was to be told to look elsewhere by Demons?
Frustrating? No, it's the business, mate, isn't it?
But the more I watch that, the more I'm convinced that he is picking the Giants. But he's doing his due diligence, him and his manager. Remember, his manager reached out to Collingwood, and Collingwood reached out to Melbourne to see what a trade would need to be, what they need to trade to facilitate that. Brody Mychek could be on the trade table as opposed to free agency because of that compo pick for Spargo, which we have talked about previously. But it's looking like Oliver will pick the Giants. Now, Justin Leppich is adamant that Collingwood need to work on their clearance side of their game and need to bolster their midfield because on Trade Radio, Justin Leppich said this.
If you did choose the Giants and didn't come to the Pies, is midfield still a priority for you for the rest of the period?
Yeah, it's the first one we're looking at. You see from our end of our season finish probably with, just quite simply the clearance work and the field position Brisbane were able to put against us. And in key moments, you need to have many and multiple options that bat through there. And we just found just for the important time of the year, we didn't have that. So, of course, it's the first area. It's not the only area, of course, but it's the hardest one to fill and do right.
So you can see that is an area that we are looking into. And I think Clayton Oliver just ticked all of the boxes for this. He is that clearance beast. He's still going at high 70% or mid 70% for disposal efficiency. Clearances is what killed us this year. I know I keep stating that, but it really, really did. All you have to do is look at the prelim game. And I know clearance work isn't the big cornerstone of the Collingwood team that's playing fast and getting the pressure and all that sort of stuff. But you still need clearances thereabouts, and you still need to score from stoppage clearances, for stoppage clearances, and Clayton Oliver could have been that guy. Now, if Clayton Oliver does choose the Giants, does that mean Collingwood are going to rest on their laurels, rest on who we have in the team at the moment and who's coming through? The other inside midfielders that we've got coming through, pretty much only Dimatia. Bro McCreary could be pushed more into the midfield. I actually don't mind that. If Harvey Harrison comes back, or when Harvey Harrison comes back into the team, I wouldn't mind seeing Bo playing, 70% more in the midfield and then 30% as that high half forward, because you have Lockie Schultz playing that defensive role. Bobby comes back into the team. And then if you add Harvey Harrison in there, you don't really need Bo McCreary scoring those goals. So you'll have Harvey Harrison doing that. So I can understand if something pops up like Clayton Oliver, you sort of go for him, especially if the Melbourne are paying half of his salary, half of his wage, and you can get him for really cheap. Definitely. But it looks like Collingwood will, like I said, rest on their laurels and promote from within, help Ned Long out. Now, is there another player that we can sort of get in, or is our trade period only going to be Jack Buller from the Swans as a forward and Jacob Blight as a delisted free agent? I keep saying that I feel in my gut that we're cooking something. But look, we're only, 3 days into the trade period. This goes until October 16th or October 17th. So there's still 10 or so days left. We could be cooking something. Do we look at Steele from St Kilda, or is he a little bit too past it? Who else can we sort of be looking at? At the moment, there's not really anyone uncontracted that can come for cheap. Everyone is contractors. There's no free agents. Can you look at delisted free agents to do that? Not really, because there's just no one there or of value that I can see personally. Maybe if you can see someone, let me know in the comments down below. But I would be pretty disappointed now if we don't get Clayton Oliver. And I understand this name just sort of popped up in the last few days. And I wasn't thinking about Clayton Oliver coming to the Pies at all. But when you sort of have an inkling that he might come, you're like, okay, hang on. He can really, really improve the team. But I understand if he wants to get out of Melbourne, get out of that Melbourne sporting bubble, go up to the Giants, where he would be virtually like no one, if he walks around for a coffee, is going to know him, going to hound him or anything like that. I understand that. I get that. Would be disappointing, would be absolutely disappointing. I still hold out hope that in the next 24 or 48 hours, when Collingwood do have that meeting with him, it goes exceptionally well and we can sell him the dream of playing at the MCG in front of 90,000 as opposed to playing at the MCG in front of 30,000 like he does when he was with Melbourne.
What's the level of interest in Clary? What are the things you're deciding on as you take the next steps?
Oh, well, obviously it's a position of need going forward. We've got an ageing midfield that you guys keep telling us about consistently. So we know it too. I mean, everyone knows that. And we want to slowly develop that part of the field. We do have some good young talent, but it's just a matter of, I guess, providing the support around that as our veterans retire.
Now, as always, if there are any updates, be sure to follow me on my Instagram channel. Be sure to follow me on Swoop on this YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so whenever I post a video, you'll get the first notification that it is live. But as it stands, I think I give us about a 25% chance of landing Clayton Oliver. What else can Justin Leppich pitch that the Giants can't pitch? He was seen in a moving van at the Giants. He's talking to their players, saying he's going to play for them. There would have to be a Hail Mary sort of offer and a pitch from Lepper and the team for Clayton Oliver to play with the Pies in 2026. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is it a good move? Is it not a good move? Leave all the comments down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.